and welcome to my channel. My name is Bryndís, and this video is going to be a book review where I'm going to give you my thoughts and a review of this book, Emily Wilde's Encyclopaedia of Fairies by Heather Fawcett. And but I'm going to do it a little bit different than some of the book reviews that I've already done on this channel. In that gonna start to, sorry about that squeaking here. I'm gonna start to read it today, and then I'm gonna just give you kind of my thoughts and kind of what I'm thinking about and like feeling and stuff like that, how I'm liking it as we go. So I think that might be a really interesting way to do this review. It's kind of like a reading vlog, but with just one book. And I'm gonna finish the book in this video, and so give you kind of my feelings as we go, but also then a proper review at the end of it. So this is gonna be with spoilers. I'm gonna try to remember to put that in the title, but there are going to be spoilers. I'm gonna be telling you how I'm feeling about things as they are happening in the book. So if you haven't read it, read it before you watch this video for sure. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just try to see how that goes for me. But I'm really looking forward to reading this book. I've seen it everywhere, and it's been calling to me. I mean, it's a beautiful cover, obviously, and it's very unusual for me to buy a book that I haven't read. So I'm really hoping that I like it. I'm just gonna start.
Can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city light. Hey, darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the...
So it starts really well. I'm in the first chapter. So it says that it doesn't really say where it takes place, right? I thought it was Norway. This is not Norway. Let me Google it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. This is like an alternate Iceland. I was thinking like this does not sound like Norway to me. I've lived in Norway. I know the difference between Norway and Iceland, being that I live in Iceland. And the names like Kristján Egilsson. And there's another name here, what was it? Auður. And yeah, the volcanic rock. Yeah, this is Karðar. I haven't gone this far yet, but Karðarskógur. That's like Icelandic. Ljósland as well. It's like light land in Icelandic. So this takes place in Iceland, just so you know. It doesn't take place in Norway. It's an alternate universe Iceland. That's very interesting. I like that. But I'm gonna read some more, and I will either talk to you again this evening or maybe just tomorrow. We'll see. But that's definitely, I like this tone of the. I mean, I've only read like 10 pages or whatever, so I'm very early on. But I like the tone of it, and I like how I always like first person narrative. So yeah, I'm liking it so far. Good start.
Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday, baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand.
So I am now. There are no pages. Page 89 in this book. I am really enjoying it. It's really fun. I mean, I can definitely see the romance there, and I'm like, oh, I'm not a fan of enemies to lovers. It's just, I don't know. Anyway, I'm trying to look past that. I like Bumblebee. No, Bumblebee. I don't know why I can't see it. There's no light here, so I have to remove my glasses. But Bumblebee, what's his name? Bumblebee. I think it's just the cutest. Bumblebee. Yeah, I like the fact that he's obviously a fae, that he's a prince. And I like how he's like charming everybody, and everybody's just doing, yes, of course, we'll do everything you say. I like that. And I do like Emily. I think she's a very interesting character. I like the book so far. It's very light-hearted, but there are also some serious, like with changeling and stuff like that. So there's some serious stuff in there as well. But I think I'm gonna just relax for the rest of the evening and cuddle up with that orange blob there behind me. He was outside in the rain, and he is like, yeah, he's so, hi. He is so wet. So he's been washing himself like crazy. Oh, well, I know. You shouldn't be outside in the rain. I know. Anyway, I will talk to you again tomorrow when I've read more of this.
Hey, darling, I love it when it's me and you on the road with a couple of tunes in a car for two. Hey, darling, you know we're gonna have a really good time driving in the middle of the night when the stars are bright. Pack our bags and get in that car. Leave a little note and we'll drive real far.
I have to say that I'm so far really enjoying the book. I am like, I have about 1/4 left. Yesterday I just could not stop reading. It was really enjoyable, and I just stayed up way too late to read, and I'm almost done with the book because it's just yeah, it's a very enjoyable book, I have to say. I'm surprised that I really enjoy it. I really enjoy Emily's character and her relationship with oh my god, what's his name? Wendell? Oh my god, I forgot his name. I really like that. He's a bit of a stuck-up little guy there, but at the same time, he's really complicated as, you know, being a homesick little fairy. Well, not a little one, prince of the fairies, but of the fae. I do wonder what is it with, why is it that like in fantasy we use fae and not elves? Are elves different than fae? Because the hidden folk here, they are elves, as in Icelandic folklore. So if this is based on Icelandic folklore, they are often called, you would say, the hidden folk or the hidden people when you're talking about the elves, but they are elves. So I wonder why people are not using that term. Is it too Tolkien? Is it like people think elves and they think of Middle Earth, so they don't want to use elves in their like about fae? Or is it a different species? Are elves different than fae? Just curious, just wondering. I have no idea. That's something I've been thinking about the entire time, because I feel that this is obviously based, the royal fae are obviously based on the Icelandic elves, or at least some type of elves that are very similar to the Icelandic elves, for sure. You know, if you do good things for them, they do good things for you. If you do bad things for them, they will do bad things for you. So yeah, it's very interesting. But yeah, I really enjoy this book. So I finished. This was a very enjoyable book. I think I already said that several times, but yeah, I really liked this book. So I read it basically in 2 sittings. I've done a couple of tabs here, things I want to talk about. Yeah, it was just a really fun book. I'm gonna give you a proper review in the next clip. We'll film that tomorrow when I'm kind of not as tired as I am at the moment and have had a moment to think about the book and like gather my thoughts, so to speak. Yeah. It was really fun. It was really fun. So I'm ready to talk about the book, wrap up this video. Yeah, it was a really, like I've said many times, I really enjoyed this book. So, Heather Fawcett, the author, so she's as a Canadian author, she's written several middle grade books, a couple of young adult, and then this one, and then the sequel to this one. To be honest with you, I don't always understand why a book is considered young adult or why it's considered adult. This feels like a young adult book to me, but I don't know, it read very young, for sure. But, it was fine. It wasn't like too young or anything like that. But, it's a good book. I mean, obviously, as long as you're not expecting something very complicated and very deep. I mean, there's some deep stuff going on there for sure, but you always have this feeling that it will be resolved. You kind of, I don't know. That's why I'm thinking, I don't know why it's like categorized as adult rather than young adult, but it's not like, it doesn't really matter really. But yeah, like I said so many times, I really enjoyed this book and I'm giving it 5 stars. It just was so lovely, it was so cozy, it was funny and easy to read, and I just got completely immersed into the world. So I think the world building was really good, and I know that one reason for why I enjoyed it so much was probably the Icelandic connection. The words that she's using, the names, and it just kind of made me happy and a little bit like, yeah, it was kind of funny. And I think where was it here? She uses the word fjölskylda, which is the O in Icelandic has like 2 dots over it, like fjölskylda. But I think that's so cute but she uses it in a different way. So the fjölskylda is not like family, like it means family in Iceland, like my family is my fjölskylda. But here she's using it like it's the human being that the fairy or the brownie or the whatever he is, pot or something, so they have their little fjölskylda that they protect and that take care of them in return, type of a thing. I think that's really cute how she uses that word, and I thought that was very kind of indulgent to me as as an Icelander to see that. And so maybe if I didn't have that connection to the setting and to these words and the lore about the elves and the fae, maybe it wouldn't have been as enjoyable and resonated as deeply with me as it does. But it does, because it does. And anyway, I also really like, I think I said also, her writing style, and I really enjoy books that are written in first person, so where you feel like the main character, the protagonist, is telling you their story. I really, really like that. I mean, I like also when there's like a narrator telling the story of other people, and I think I like all, I mean, I like all point of views. However, if it's done well, but this felt like extremely well done. Also because he's doing the journal, like she's telling the story through Emily's journal, and I thought that was really fun. And it was actually quite funny because I think, let me see. I also, as you can see, I tapped it a couple of times. Here on page 40, on 249, see, like the last paragraph here is, his voice seemed far away. My hearing had been deadened by the tumult of, and then it's just like, the tumult, what? The sentence doesn't end. And I was first like, what? Thinking it was a mistake by the editor or something. And then the next chapter starts with, somehow I drifted away from my journal without finishing that last sentence. The next chapter starts like that. So I think that's kind of that's a little funny. That's a little like, I don't know, it just kind of makes you feel like it really is Emily that's telling you the story. I really feel that we get Emily and not Heather, the author. So I really like that. And there are like funny bits as well along this, like that made me laugh out loud. And of course, there's one part here when what's his name? I always forget his name. It's such a weird, Wendell. Yeah, it's a weird name. I can't remember it. Anyway, he had taken over Emily's journal and written some passages in it. And here it is. Shadow padded up to me and put his head on my knee, all forgiven, as it always is with dogs. If I frightened my cat as much as I had Shadow, she'd ignore me for days, or possibly put a curse on me. But then cats have self-respect. For a cat person, that is hilarious. So I really enjoyed that. Anyway, so I guess that's my review of this book. I loved it. I really enjoy it, and I'm giving it 5 stars without hesitation. It has, I think, like average 4 stars on Goodreads, but I don't care if this is not the best quality writing or best whatever. It's so much fun, and it deserves 5 stars in my books just because of that. It was so enjoyable and just, yeah, I loved it. So that's my review. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I would love to hear from you in the comments if you have read the book and what you thought. If you agree with my review of it and what my thoughts about it. But I guess that's that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!